But behind those vague terms is a much darker, more human story, one that almost never makes it into official speeches. And most of the time, it's not the people who made the decisions. Your rent has gone up, fuel costs more. Savings that took years to build suddenly feel meaningless. You didn't change your habits. You didn't gamble with risky investments. You didn't vote on complex financial policies. The wealthy have buffers. Corporations have loopholes. Politicians have power. Ordinary people have none of those advantages. And that's where the real cost is paid. A billionaire barely notices higher fuel prices. A working-class family feels it every single day. This is how economic failure becomes invisible injustice. Then there's unemployment. When economies slow down, companies cut costs, jobs disappear. But notice which jobs vanish first. It's rarely executive positions or high-level management. It's factory workers, retail staff, freelancers, gig workers, and young professionals. Skills lose value. Confidence breaks. Debt piles up. The system doesn't just fail, it traps you. What about bailouts? This is where the story becomes even more uncomfortable. When major corporations or financial institutions make reckless decisions and face collapse, governments step in with massive rescue packages. These bailouts are justified as saving the economy. But where does that money come from? Public funds. Taxpayer money. Money that could have been used for healthcare, education, or social support. Those who rely on wages fall further behind. Over time, this creates a society where opportunity is inherited, not earned. Hard work stops being a guarantee. Merit becomes a myth, and frustration turns into anger, polarization, and distrust. What's most disturbing is that many of these outcomes are predictable. Economists warn about unsustainable policies. Analysts flag risks. Yet political incentives reward short-term gains over long-term stability. Leaders delay tough decisions because the consequences won't hit until later, often after their VAs left office. When the collapse finally comes, responsibility is blurred and the public is left holding the bill. So who really pays for economic failures? It's the nurse working extra shifts while prices rise. It's the graduate buried in debt with shrinking job prospects. It's the small business owner closing doors after years of effort. It's the family whose savings vanish in a currency crash. Understanding this truth changes how you see the world. It explains why economic debates feel disconnected from real life. It explains why growth numbers don't match lived experiences. And it explains why so many people feel the system is rigged, even when they can't fully articulate how. But awareness is the first step toward change. When people understand who pays the real price, they start asking better questions. They demand transparency. They challenge narratives. They stop blaming themselves for systemic failures. And that shifts, low as it may be, is dangerous for systems built on silence. If this perspective made you see the economy differently, subscribe and visit the channel for the next video, where we expose another hidden truth most people never hear. Because economic failure isn't just about money. It's about power, responsibility, and who is forced to sacrifice so others don't have to. And once you see it, you can't unsee it.